Welcome everyone to Mission Mastery. This is week 10. This is where we go over warm and cold network strategy. We're coming up with your breakthrough course, your light mission foundation, how you're going to create your light leader career, your professional career, your wealth generator, your family grower, something to really grow the rich divine garden in your life, and something to help others do the exact same, to really be of service. The amount of service you are, that's the amount of abundance you'll bring in. The amount you can let your core shine and help others shine, that's the abundance frequency. And we're going to show strategies on how to use that. Use energy with practical ways to bring people into your courses and let them know about the exciting things you're doing. So here's how we do it. First of all, just a reminder, we have two course lines. This is Yang Medicine is the core sovereignty, where we really create 90 to 95% core, high vibe, unstoppable, quantum, photon fueled, jacked in, connected power in yourself. Power up, open your heart, open your core, ground, open your wings and your heart, your psychic abilities, and all sorts of lines of magnification. Magnification? Yeah, sure. Magnetism. And then mission is where we teach this to others. So today is number 2. We're really going to get into these premium courses, how to get your Facebook group up and get rolling. Why wait? The whole idea was we got you into this master's course, the Harvard of Energy Mastery, but it's also like big wave energy skiing, star skiing, right? Big wave shamanic breath work, that kind of thing. And now you can roll it out quickly. You have that certainty. So today we're going to do the 2 R's of service. You're going to learn the 2 R's of that. We're going to go over warm and cold network strategy. Communicate with the warm network. We're going to give you one email that you can trick out and work and do a million times over. And it really does work. You'll be surprised how effective these things are. And to create your Facebook group where you get to be the authority, the leader, and get people excited and bring more people in. And people that you don't know from around the globe. So they can get excited about your work and you can have people right there. It's like instead of fishing in this vast ocean, you've got them right in your fish farm. They're excited about your topic. You're the leader. You're the one creating these things. You're the speaker. You're the person interviewing people. So that's what we're going to do today in our mission. The 2 R's of service, network strategy, how to communicate with warm network via an email that applies these strategies. And then we're going to create your Facebook group. And we're going to do that all today with mastery streamlining. So pay attention, stay focused. I know Facebook or email could be boring. This stuff is fun. Have fun with it. Shoot some light arrows into the world. Just a reminder that all professional work, energy medicine, even when you're a core laser surgeon and making tons of money and traveling the world and skiing in Vail or, star surfing in Sicily, you're still of service to humanity, of service to divinity, the divine sovereignty in everyone. But that doesn't mean you can't live your own divine, kind of aristocratic, beautiful connoisseur life. That's what this rainbow work is about. That's why we power up. So you're being of service to others. And we went over compassion, courage, curiosity, certainty being all these core things. And here's the 2 R's. The 2 R's of service. Number 1 is resourcefulness. If you are resourceful, I don't think you will ever have a problem in your job. You'll always be able to find a way. I always say that, find a way. Jedis want to do it, find a way. Oh, I can't get sun, find a way. I never have problems with my career when I'm resourceful. It's when I'm complaining, whining, excuseville, then stuff comes in. But if you just commit to being resourcefulness, you will never be an underdog. You will always find a way. That contrast, that negative thing turns out to be a gift 10 times over because you learned something, you adapted. And because you're using Yang wisdom, you're building your core power, your confidence, you get wins. People magnetize to this naturally. So resourcefulness, always be resourceful. Don't let a tech thing bug you if you're a technophobe. Find a way. Oh, you're a little low on this, so you can't buy Facebook ads. Okay, find a way. You know, get that one cell. Oh, okay, I'm not confident to charge 1,500 right off. Well, do it in like splits of 300, 500 for 3 months. Find a way. Be resourceful. And number two is resilience. And I almost would say, how hungry are you? Because resilience is oh, I can weather storms in this. If you're hungry, you're obsessed of your dreams instead of your fears. And that's the greatest safety I've found in life. Get sun and obsess over your dreams and not your fears. But resilience is a huge part of that. Something happens, don't let it get you down too much. You know, or you could go titanically down for like, say, a couple hours. Sometimes I need to do that, have a good cry. And then you come back strong as a light warrior. Shook it off. The storm's gone and I see clearly now. That's so a key, isn't it? With this work, you've already had to do that. Fortunately, we're not like surfers. I get more results, and surfers are some of the most high vibe people I've ever seen on the planet. I think the star surfing gives us greater results. But you know, those guys have huge wipeouts. The art of keeping up, getting back on your wave, kicking ass, who cares? It's key. So remember resilience. Oh, the 2 R's. Johnny said that. Oh, that breakthrough call is a little challenging. Oh, I don't know. I did it 4 and didn't make an enlistment. Can I do a 6th one? Well, maybe take a little break and be resilient. So resourcefulness and resilience, those are the 2 R's of success, of wealth, of light leadership, of actually helping others, of teaching a man and a lady and a god and a goddess how to fish. So remember those and let them be your allies the rest of your life. Falcon medicine of the 2 R's. And now we're getting to the juice. Why a lot of you did this course. How do I do my high ticket courses? Johnny, how do you do it? Well, you're watching how I do it right now. This whole thing, learn. You probably came into here through one of my cold or warm network strategies. Facebook, friend, somehow you got on my list down the line of book tours or this or that, events, meet up, you know, all of these things are how I met you. So we're going to go over how I do it and teach you how to do it. And once again, I do suggest working with your tone, your brand, your high ticket thing, but follow the recipe. Individual sessions, we're not doing that. That shit doesn't work. It makes people broke as a dope. We're doing high ticket courses. If you want to do the laser surgeon career versus the poverty in mom's basement kind of Reiki. Oh, I guess I'll go to the Wednesday Reiki circle thing. You know, if you really want to give results to people, hit them to that next avatar edge. This is what we do. So you find that breakneck problem. It can be a breakneck absolute solution, like from here to there. It's got to be a major result resolution. Core energy, surgeon frame. You are the authority. You're the leader. You know best. Specific problem for a specific niche. So someone healing depression for professionals over 50, that's a huge niche. Someone helping with addiction of alcohol, that's a huge niche. For women, someone that's helping with hormonal balance for women, boom, huge. For cancer, for, you know, that's not a field I do, but, you know, I'm sure there's fields in that. Autoimmune stuff, gut stuff. Maybe it's more of a professional or creative rise. Whatever you've got, a specific problem, a specific niche, a specific solution. Okay. And it's really like an ambulance thing. It's not like, oh, you know, you got a cut on your arm. Most people, their lives need laser surgery. Their health needs laser. They need 2, 3, 4, 5 times infinite yang again. They need core energy up. You guys know how dire, you've seen it on the group Q&A, maybe yourself, how dire 50% is, 60, 70, 80. It's just like mission mediocre. You know, lives wasted. So find that breakneck problem, that deep thing that in 3 months, if you get this result, or we're saying 8 to 10 weeks, actually, it's better to do it quicker, I think. If you get that result primarily to like 90, 95%, they're going to be doing the happy dance. They'll be happy to drop this money to get that thing they wanted for years. Joy, addiction-free, all this stuff. So you do it in 8 to 10 weeks. We do these training videos, much like I'm doing here, but do it in your voice. Don't copy me. Do your stuff. Yeah, you can do the start schematics, but even do that in your way. Make it yours. Don't do Yang medicine certification. I'm doing that. Do your thing. Copying is like, but I do want you to take formulas and adopt. So you're going to see that throughout. Even today, I'm going to have an email. I'm like, just use this formula in your words, your inspiration, your significance. This all comes down to light, meaning, and significance in you and how you express it and share it and let others see that in them, right? So you do the training videos, the schematics, one-on-one mastery calls, much like I do with you. You can do it your way, though. Group Q&As your way. A Facebook group like Mount Mastery for the ones that enlist the deeper stuff, the leading edge stuff, the support, the accountability. Find your name for that and do it your way. In the price range, you know, I always say 1,500 is really low to start off for an 8 to 10 course result. You know, maybe you needed, if that's a little high for you, you could do it in like 3 months payments for people like that. But I'd say over time, you raise that maybe to 2,500, 35, 45, even 5,000. And over time, you're going to realize, wow, I'm really solving this thing. I could charge 10,000, you know? And it's all up to you. Maybe you want a wider scope, but honestly, some of the best healing energy schools I know, and they don't offer what we do, charge 40,000 and everyone does it. So, you know, 15,000 for things that actually worked. Wow, not too bad. So how to get clients? Connect with warm and cold networks, and you invite them on breakthrough calls and enlist. All right, those are the two. We connect with warm and cold networks and invite them on a call and enlist them. Now, the important thing I should say is we're not doing an ebook to an ebook to an ebook. We're not doing this little tidbit or tadbit to get this thing. You're not going to do the, God, you know this, everyone does it. Like you get this free thing and this and this. And once you get this, then we'll do the sale. No, people want the result. They want to know. Maybe they'll be tracking you on Facebook for a while on your list, but at some point they're going to want to connect and get the result. So this is how we cut out all that bullshit, all of it that wastes everyone's time and they don't get clients anyway. I think it actually diminishes the people because they've lost their attention by that. So we connect with people and we invite them on a breakthrough call and we enlist. And we'll go over the breakthrough calls and how to do that soon. Now, how we communicate. There's very specific things we're going to do that most people don't. First is the problem, agitate, solve formula. Problem means you say a core issue they're having with it. You know, we've gone into this, their hell of depression, of chronic fatigue, of adrenal fatigue, of a life that's just totally mediocre, of working 60 hours a week and not getting paid what you're worth as a divine being. And then you agitate that more, you get into the cost. What's the cost over that over 1, 2, 3 years in the past that? And then you solve it. You give a solution, but you do not give a Band-Aid. You do not give the answers. You give a step into that direction, into your training, into addiction healing, into this. But don't give them little Band-Aids. Don't give them little answers and techniques and mini solutions because they'll think they'll have it. They'll go away in 6 months. They'll still be ruined and wrecked. That's always how it is. They won't go through the transformation. So you problem and you agitate and you give a hint at it, but the solve is really in the direct action to like connect. But I'll show you how to do a solve without giving away too much of the stuff until they enroll in the course. And you offer a major result, like we say, you keep that core surgeon frame. Do not become the poor energy healer from like back in the old days. No, this is professional laser surgeon. We're going to laser surgery your life. Laser surgeon this problem. In 8 to 10 weeks, we get this result, period. You know, as long as you do the training and show up. And that's why we invite direct action with qualifiers, only for committed, only for accountable, only for resourceful. That one tells people this is an elite program that you're doing. They're going to have to step up. It may actually cost money. They may have to actually go through this real transformation and experience it. So you can prepare them for that in advance. And it also saves you a lot of time weeding out people who aren't ready, who are still really stuck in victim states and don't want to take that step. And it's kind of giving that warning and heads up, like this is real work. Get ready. Let's go. So that's it, how we communicate. PAS, problem, agitate, solve. I'll show many examples of this. You get into the problem, the core issue, you agitate it, what's the cost, and then you solve it. Hey, with the secret weapon of Yang medicine, we get these results. And you can even talk about those results. Sometimes the problem is you give the result and just look back. Oh man, you want peak performance, you want your body, da, da, da. Here, you know, the cost of doing this is really great things happen. The way to do this is Yang medicine, connect with me. Addiction healing through this, hormonal balance through Yang. And then they go to you. Don't give band-aids. Don't give little techniques. Do not get into like that kind of life coach thing yet, because you'll lose everybody. Don't do that in the sales calls too. It's like one of these huge little marketing things that'll change everything. If you want to follow this formula and get clients in and get the results that I've got in these upgrades, offer major result, keep the surgeon frame, and then you're going to invite them to direct action with qualifiers. That's it. That's how we communicate. And we'll go over it all right now. Communicating with your warm networks. So we're going to start off with your warm. Everyone has some. It may just be friends you know. Okay, there we are. And the way we're going to do that is one PSA email. Problem, oops, I keep doing that PSA because I think of them like that. Public service announcement, but it's a PAS email. I always think of it as PSA. That's actually good. I might change it. Problem, solve, agitate. But the order is problem, agitate, solve. So we're going to do one email using those rules that we just said. I think we'll get into that in a second, yeah, to the groups you have. And honestly, if you have a killer result right now, and I'm seeing that, people going through this course have killer results. Paula is learning to bring back the magic. James has healed PTSD, depression, and suicidal thoughts in less than like two months. So he has a real good PTSD program ready. Ephraim's going to be ready for an addiction one right when he gets out of there, because he's loaded up with core energy and seeing the results. And he's a guy that can handle like dealing with major addictions and stuff. So he had told me he has communities goes to, he has shamanic stuff, he has, I think, even church and like certain urban or this neighborhood thing. And all of those are places where he can let his medicine start leaking out, hearing, telling people. Maybe he takes his phone around and shares, doesn't even do a business card, gets them on Facebook, so we can then send them an invite to the group or even a call about the issue. And then that's an enrollment call right there. So like people, you know, this, a lot of people, they need it. I think we have a guest here. Hi, Paula. You're welcome to join in as I go through this, by the way, but I'm going to just keep the video going, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. If you have something to say, please do, or questions. Paula's kind of she's one of the old professionals that's helped leading this course, really. All right. So offer major results, keep surgeon frame, and you divide. Okay, so this is how we do it, right? This is our email. We already went over this. Your list or your communities, Facebook pages. You know, I have like 4,000 on my personal page. Groups that you're already in, online, offline, Twitter, Instagram, all these things are at meetup groups. I'll even do a problem, agitate, solve as like an event on meetups. You can set up like meetups in 3 different cities or 2 different cities and do events, but you kind of can get in trouble for doing a lot of online stuff. And that's all I do, but they haven't kicked me off yet. Online groups, other Facebook groups you're involved in, communities, and especially niches that you know, niches you're involved in. These can all make you networks you can reach out to with this. Of course, an email list and a Facebook page, those are kind of gold. My meetup's been really great too. I haven't even done a Facebook ad because I get so much from my warm network. You guys might have that too. You may never have to do a Facebook ad, but then again, I think it's worth it. I can't wait. I've been so busy, I haven't been able to prioritize it. But so with your warm networks, you might find that you can get a nice career going. I certainly have. And if you're resourceful, which is one of the leading R's of today, you'll find, wow, I'm sitting on this group and this group and this group that I didn't even think of. All these connections. Oh, this person knows 5 people that have that issue. And once again, how are we going to do this PAS email to your warm network? Like literally you can send this email to these people and all of them. Don't be afraid to reach out and say, I'm stepping up. Don't be afraid to land in the inbox and get people excited. Don't be afraid to be like, dude, things don't have to be the old way. This is the time to myth bust what everyone else is doing and why it's not working and why this is. And don't be afraid to like have 1 or 2 people kick you off the list, like unsubscribe. You want people ready to step up. You want those people ready to go further with you. So I'd say take the bigger picture of your career, what excites, and those that are attracted. And it's okay to win and maybe even lose a couple emails here and there. So this is what we're going to do. Problem, agitate, solve. No band-aids, no techniques. You're going to see this. I'm not going to say this is how we do this thing through this one technique. You have to do the program for that. That's the magic. You have to join the group in the journey. Offer major results. Keep the surgeon frame. Don't fall into like half-ass healer mode. You're the core person. You're the one that got your energy from 60 to 90%, through this master's course. And invite to direct action with qualifiers. So you'll see the qualifiers. Hey, if you're like this, if you're awesome, reach out to me. If you're not and you're lazy and you just kick the tires, forget it. Don't. This is for elite people, kind of like that, but a little nicer. But you do want to seem a little bit like you're not going to just take everyone for a date on Saturday night. You're choosing. All right. So if your head's whirling a little bit, don't worry. Just breathe. We're going to look at an email and you can literally just copy it, put it in your words, copy the formula, put it in your words, put it in your brand, in your languaging to the best of your ability. Don't be a perfectionist. Perfectionism kills everything. Just have a winning attitude and get it done when you're ready. People can take forever on these things. That's not what this is about. It's about, you can do tons of these per week, at least one or two. So I'm going to show you the PSA email that is in our Dropbox. And Paula, can you just confirm you can see my screen with the with that specific dear name?
Yes, I am seeing your screen with that.
Excellent. Dear name. It's really good actually on your mailing list, Chimp, to get people's names once you start having something to subscribe. If you don't have a list, that's fine. I do this on my Facebook group page, on my Facebook fan page. I will do events that the event will be like, I'll start off with all of this and the event is 2 lines in a picture. And related to that, here's this awesome event. And I post it up and I get tons of breakthrough calls that way. Be resourceful on how you reach out. Yes, be a little tactful. I don't just go into Facebook groups and spam like this. But over time, you can do something like this, but you have to track that. Your own group, you can do it all the time. That's why we're going to talk about Facebook groups today. But first, here we go. Dear so-and-so, a lot's happened in the last 6 months. In just that short span of time, my clients have been able to. So some opening. I even suggest, gosh, spring has been, the equinox has been a wild time this year with this happening, this, or whatever. You have an opening. But in this span of time, clients have been able to, and you give amazing result 1, 2, 3. Now, hopefully you have a practice client you've been doing with this program. If not, you may want to get one so you have some testimonials. But you can also be your own practice client. Been busy in the last few months, been busy helping, like seeing these results, but it's more in yourself. You might have to do a little more of a vagueness around that until you start getting clients in. And then as soon as you do and they get the results, start feeding them in there. Pick a topic, a theme, irritable gut, or like whatever, brain fog. What really achieves victory. And then you go into the result 1, 2, 3. And I'll show you how to do this. I do it in my formula, in my language. Your language is great. Maybe you're a little sweeter and feminine. Maybe you're a rock star hipster witch girl. Maybe you're a shamanic neotech wizard, like neotech guy. I don't know. Biohacker. Put it in your language. Amazing result 1 and 2. So lots happened in just that short of time. My clients have been able to result 1, result 2, result 3. Remember, it's not about the process. It's not about the band-aids. I've been so busy helping them with these results that I haven't had time to share with you. Amazing result. For that, I'm really sorry. It is a little marketing, so you're welcome to go in there and make it a little less. Sometimes I do it. I do that, but I also kind of just stick with the formula because it works all the time. And I just put in what exactly happens in my life. Every day I've been hearing from people who suffer from brain fog, who suffer from irritable bowel, who suffer from rashes, who suffer from low self-esteem. All these things are who want peak performance this. They want to get to the top of enlightenment mastery. Yeah. I suggest everyone, all the marketers say focus on hell all the time, but I wouldn't suggest that. I'd say at least do half in the heavens. Like, this is how awesome things can be. So you get those like go for it people and not just victim. Although things like abuse, maybe it is more that. All right, an email from someone who, a Facebook message from someone who. So it's going to be symptom, symptom, symptom. Something that's like bothering them, and it's going to be bothering the people reading this too. It's stuff that like people can relate to. So we did amazing result, and that, the symptom. The truth is, it's not hard to create amazing result you deliver. It's just that I've dropped the ball helping you get those kinds of results. No more. I've opened up some time in the next week to speak to some ultra committed people about how, see, this is now where we're doing that thing that I was talking about of qualifying. I've opened up some time in the next week to speak to some ultra committed people about how you can get result again in this length of time without, 8 to 10 weeks, without taking all the time in the world, without knowing every technique, without having to go to therapists and get on medications, without having to work out every day, moment of every day. There's no charge for this, and it's totally free, but it's not for everyone. See, we're qualifying. This is not for everyone. You're already saying, here's who I can help. I know, a little bit markety, but not too bad. If you're tired of this symptom and you're ready to start getting real results, then I'm making the time to show you how it's done. Click here to book your session. Now, when I started doing this, I was a little nervous, a little scared, thinking, oh, am I also going to just get the same results? Like, maybe one person. When I started doing this, man, 4 or 5 people would come, and I knew it worked. And so I just stuck with it. And now I just do this in a different form almost all the time. Different openers, kind of a result or two. Here's the symptoms people are saying. I'll say it in different ways. I've opened up time. Here's the people I work with. Here's the people I won't. Click to book a session. And we'll teach you how to do a Schedule 1 application link, how to do a WooFoo application form so they can schedule a calendar time. And then they fill out an application form so you can look at that. And they're also at a deeper level of dedication. And then you give them a call for the session. That's it. There's no million things here, guys. We're not going to do an ebook. We're not going to do an ebook to an ebook to an ebook. And that little training of that costs $7. No, we're just going to send out an awesome thing about the results you're getting, how they can get them, how you'll work with these people. You won't work with these. Reach out. Here's how for the next level thing. P.S. This email is going out to this many people. Spaces will fill up fast. This is true. And if it's not, lock your calendar down. Only make yourself available for a number of spaces per week. Because you're going to find that books up. This time, I used to say, oh yeah, spaces will fill up. Now I'm like, God, it's so true. So just believe it from the beginning. Your time is precious. Doctor to surgeon time is precious. Click here now and book your session before it's too late. Link again. And that's it. Now, if it seems a little complicated, don't worry. You're not a writer, don't worry. This is why we created a cheat sheet. This whole program is a big cheat sheet to enlightenment and career. Now we're just going to follow the formula, which I did. This is actually a Facebook post that I posted last week. And I thought, you'll relate. Now, the spacing's a little off. Who did I send this to? I'll show you who I sent it to. All the people we're talking about. Well, I don't want to get back into that, but basically I sent it to my warm networks. I put it on my Facebook group, which was a cold network, but now it's kind of warm. I put it on my Facebook page. I sent it out to my email list of 1,100. I didn't put it up on meetups, but I'll do that next week. I'll do a problem, agitate, solve. It's kind of like an event. We did one of how therapy won't heal your PTSD, an event with James, and he was talking about war trauma and healing that, and it was a big interview. But I also did it kind of as this. In fact, I think this isn't the one I did for this, but you'll see how it's kind of the same thing, I think. Dear friends, I owe you a big apology. So that gets their attention. Something to get their attention. Sorry it's been so long. I hate to say this, but something that kind of gets you to wake up. I was just doing a client review of what's happened in the first 7 weeks of Yawk Medicine training. This is that exact email. In just that short span of time, sorry, there's a bird down here, very loud. In just that span of time, these extreme Jedis have been able to, see, I'm using some of my language. I'm getting out of this Jedi stuff, but it's still fun. Blast away long-term depression, anxiety, and PTSD. We're seeing that. like years. We're talking tons of emotional, energetic pollution using my own language. This doesn't sound like marketing, does it? I don't think so. That have been sucking away years, devouring their health, finances, and light leader careers. Heal deep trauma and core stress, like military man James in Sydney, Australia. See, now I'm giving a testimonial. When you have these, put them in all the time. Wielding the secret weapon of yang power, this light warrior powered his core energy from a dangerous and mission critical 20%. See, I'm saying the cost to a much healthier and radiant 75% in under 2 months. Well, on his enlightenment journey, James feels confidence he'll reach God glorious energy core of 95% or higher by the end of the course. See, this is all this result stuff. James's extreme results include burning away lingering war PTSD, healing long-term gut problems and rash that wouldn't go away till now. See, these are things that are like just mission critical. People need that gone. I've been so busy helping with the first wave of young trailblazers achieve these kind of results that I haven't had the time to share with you. That line's important because it provides vulnerability. You got to be a little vulnerable and real, not just like guru dude, you know? For that, I'm really sorry. And it also is kind of like, what? Every day I've been hearing from people who suffer from the serious cost of chronic core stress. See, now I'm like, up here it was, where was it? Every day I've been hearing from people who suffer from chronic, an email from someone who, a Facebook message from someone who. I'm just following this formula. Every day I've been hearing from people who suffer from serious costs of chronic core stress. An email from someone with severe autoimmune issues. Her energy literally eats away at itself in her bones. I hear that all the time. An FB message where sick gut and irritable bowel destroy their mood. Making a defeated call, wondering why they just can't shake off. Now, for me, this is also very hell-oriented, which gets people, but maybe you want to do more heaven-oriented too. But you do have to show like how bad it's gotten in their lives. People are kind of delusional. If you're getting like a lot of victim-oriented people, I'd say maybe balance out with more victory ones. I'm now doing that. Lesson learned. But the truth is, it's not hard to create core illumination in your energy field. It's just that I've dropped the ball helping you get those kind of results. So what I am saying up here is, instead of kind of like the hell, you put the heaven as this. You could even say the heaven and the hell in this too. I mean, someone who has this but wants this, you know. The truth is, it's not hard to create core illumination in your energy field. It's just that I've dropped the ball helping you get those kinds of results. See, I just followed the formula literally. Of course, in the next email, I would change this and maybe change the theme a little bit. No more. I've opened up some time in the next week to speak to some ultra committed people. See, there I am using it to turn on your full light warrior-esque state in 90 days without learning a zillion techniques that don't get you with the results anyway. It's the same thing. I've opened up some time in the next week to speak to some about how you can get result one in this length of time without the thing they don't want. There's no charge, it's free, you know, the end. And this was if you're tired of the mediocre path, see, I'm putting in this language, and you're ready for energy mastery, then I'm making the time to show you how it's done. Click the link in the comments to book your breakthrough session. See, this went on my Facebook page. I just grabbed it from there. This notice is going out to several thousand people. This creates that, oh, I better reach out now. Do this. Do this. This helped me so much. I couldn't believe I was actually doing this when I first started this process. Oh God, I'm reaching out to several, but man, it's true and it works. Spaces will fill up fast. There's only one of me. So true. There's only one of you. So see, you're welcome to do this and just put it like with the theme of that you have that week, something that came up with yourself or a client or this, the heaven, the hell, whatever. Follow the formula and get breakthrough calls. Hit up your warm network, and that's it. It's amazing how this works and how people are going through all these hoops and loops. I did this the first time out. Yang Medicine, Paula's like, let's do this. And I just put it out and got 4 breakthrough calls in the first email within 24 hours. Couldn't believe it. Because the emails I was getting up to that point were like one per. All right. Paula, can I ask you, since you're here, that was a lot of text. I don't think we'll ever do that much text again. Do you have any like questions or thoughts about how we're doing this? I'd love to ask you about your program too.
I find this really interesting. I like the way you make it really simple to explain, you've got these problems, I've got these result-oriented solutions, and let's all just get on board with it. I'm still working out exactly what I want to focus on for my high-ticket class.
What's the top two? So just so future generations can kind of hear what you're thinking about.
Some way to help people that have been dealing with kind of lethargy or confusion to get happy and to get energized and focused in their life. And then something about healing. I've dealt with like healing, maybe healing the gut or something like that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to deal with like depression per se, but maybe like stress or low energy or unfocused brain fog, that kind of thing, and finding more clarity. And then maybe something about pleasure, but joy. I haven't quite narrowed it down to like one particular sentence or idea yet.
Right. You haven't done that. I think try the mission statement with that.
Okay.
Like last week's training, because it sounds to me like you're on to something. I heard a course almost like bring on the magic or bring back the magic. And it's like just helping people go from mediocre to mythic, really.
Yeah.
Like you know that because you know how to teach. You are magical. And with the yang, the joy, the core, and with the pleasure, I think that's $1 million industries. You're talking about depression, fatigue, but I think you're gonna. And the great thing though, if it's embedded in like the positivity, you'll get more go-getters than.
Yeah, and I wanna gear it that way.
Yeah, I think you're more of that kind of. There are light where it's like I want to deal with the opiate addicts. I don't think you're like that. It's like
no. And it's not really where my experience is either. And I want to come from a place of I've been there. I've found a way to. This is where I've come from. This is the way I was raised, and this is the way that I found my true self and my true happiness.
Love it. Now I have one last critical question for you.
Yes.
Does it excite you to work more with everyone, or maybe women?
Honestly, everyone excites me a little bit more, but I do like the concept of working just with women too. I don't the egalitarian me doesn't really like to be exclusive at all, but and I love everybody. I'm not like a crazy feminist, but I mean I am very much like an advocate of women, and of course I am a feminist. To be a human is to be a humanist is to be a feminist, but at the same time I can't really say like it excites me more, really.
Yeah. That's not your thing. Okay, thank you. I was just making a point for others out there that you can specify like that. Like I'll actually be doing a Return of the King training that will probably be for men. Although I'm like, Paula, it's kind of killing me because I think there are a lot of women that would really dig this course and want.
Yeah, I mean, I could go from that angle and see how it worked, and I do, understand how to gear things.
For you, I'm saying for me,
right?
My Return of the King course. I'm like you. I'm even thinking about allowing women, but I'll probably do men. The more specific, sometimes the better. But
I see. And if it creates a safe place, like, or there is men's oppression too. That we're just being able to understand. There's space for us to really understand and focus on what that is to be a woman in this world or to be a man in this world, and the special problems that come in around that, and to create a safe space where you're not going to be judged or you can talk about your experience. I'm sure, especially in this age with all the stuff with the sexual accusations with men, that it must be hard to even speak out as a man and say, oh, actually, I feel oppressed too in certain aspects. But, when I studied gender studies in my...
Okay, Paula, I might want to... I hate to cut you off when you're going to talk about gender studies, but we better keep going here.
I was just going to say, like, there is male oppression too. Then that's something I was not even aware of at all. That was pretty much all I was going to say. And so, yeah, it's good to create a safe space where men can feel like they can talk and not be judged. That's all.
Okay, so speaking of safe spaces, we go on to recording and maybe go back to mute there. Creating your Facebook groups. This is creating your safe space for your niche, your people. And that's why I was asking Paula, do you want to work with this? Because she'd mentioned maybe helping women get in their pleasure power and these things. Someone else will probably do that through Young Medicine. Hey, get into your masculine for women. I actually think that would be $1 million course. So, that's laying out there for some lady to come up and pick up and just, use your sword to say Michael Ford. But this is where you create your space for your community to learn, to come together, for you to learn how to be a leader, be the authority, the core surgeon, learn certainty, and help a lot of people. Stir the pot, myth bust, create new stuff, and create breakthroughs and results and upgrades, upgraded images, upgraded lifestyles. And also to enlist people, primarily to enlist people in your transformational work. Your Facebook group, it says called network, but it becomes warm very quickly. Why Facebook groups, not pages? Oh boy, guys, I wish it was still pages. Pages used to be the thing, but Facebook changed their logarithms, and now the whole industry has changed. I don't use a fan page. I use a personal page where all my friends get it, but I really don't use a fan page much. You do need one for Facebook ads and these kind of things. So it's a thing to have. But generally speaking, no, my personal page, but mainly my Facebook group, that's where the work gets done. That's where I get people in. And I've had such success so far, I haven't even been able to put up my Facebook ad to get the numbers up by 2, 3, 5, 6, 700,000. But I'm going to show you how to do it. And the great thing is, instead of with Facebook, instead of looking across the whole world, you're going to find people with this specific interest. They're already going to want it. So it's like fishing in a fish pond for people who want to learn how to fish, AKA get up their core energy. So creating your Facebook authority and leadership. We're going to go over choosing your group name and creating about page, bringing in new members, how to do that, attracting them, posting leading edge content, what kind of content to put up there, and connecting with potential clients, probably the most important thing. So we're going to go over it all today. Here's how to do your group. Now, before we're just going to look at my page because it's going to show you how I did it. Types of post. The problem, agitate, solve posts, where you say, here's the problem, or here's the ultimate result. The agitate, here's the cost, either awesome cost 5 years from now, critical cost. You can even put that contrast in the same sentence, and you solve it. And the solve is usually, use the secret weapon, Young Medicine, or, if you want to, reach out to me, or write down what you think, how it would feel for you to have reached that level. Don't give away Band-Aids, no techniques really, until they enlist. Polls, survey, welcome, you welcome new members, calendar stuff. Oh, it's Christmas, it's Valentine's Day. That stuff does pretty well. Topics of your interest, burning questions in the study of what this is. I even like to do a lot of R&D, ask questions I want to know. And then I use those questions to create problem, agitate, solve, post. Oh, and Facebook Lives, which should be in there too. I love Facebook Lives, challenges, and also breaking news that relates to what you're doing. Oh my gosh, what's going on in the world? Or a unique angle of your group related to that news. That's usually pretty cool. Now you can post in other groups, but caution, if that's an art form, don't do just spammy things. Maybe it's about a cool thing that they're event, a Facebook Live that they really would be interested in. And craft your Facebook ad for larger groups. So now we're going to go into this Facebook group and how to do it. Energy Healing Mastery. So first of all, this image, I'm not in love with it. There's a pixel issue going on with Facebook group cover. Hopefully you guys will figure it out, but the size isn't relating to what's actually uploading. I think it should be a clearer image. I actually would like a more dynamic one, so I'm going to be working on that. But, ideally you want to have the name of it. I have Energy Healing Mastery presented by Johnny Angel in the School of Young Medicine. Yeah. I think I'll put a picture of me so people can see with something cool about energy, but like more masculine. Put your brand here, like a higher lifestyle luxury, probably. Like when you're through this and all the portal on the other end, this is what it looks like. Now, name is going to be the most important thing, right? Energy Healing Mastery is mine. And I thought it would get students for energy, yang medicine, but also people who wanted to heal. Now, in many ways, you'll have ones probably related more to the result. Oh, healing addiction easily, or healing addiction through energy medicine, lifting, juice, clean up your act, like addiction healing done easy. Bring back the magic. Paula's let go of bring back the magic. That could be one. And then the about would be let go of fatigue, depression, through energy medicine, or healing depression through energy medicine. That might even be better. I don't know. Feeling the magic. But you create your title, and it should be around a subject, what you're actually doing and what is related to your course, something that's fun and interesting. I know Claudia, my partner, does. She has a very good one. It's like magnetize your dream partner with the law of manifestation, basically, or something like that. And people love that stuff. So find your title, and once you do, don't worry too much. If you need to change it, you can change it within, like, I think at least 200 members. But after that, maybe it's 500. You can check. I think currently it's 200 members. But you can change your name up to that point. Don't take forever on it. Pick something awesome that people are going to get. It's going to activate, and then get it going. Put up a killer image. It's presented by you and whatever you're doing, high ticket course or this or that. And then the about, you're going to put like what this does. We share the most advanced energy healing techniques and modalities to alleviate vibrational density and ailments such as depression, anxiety, and all appreciate the value, addiction, and immune deficiency. So I'm getting very much into the cost of things. All who appreciate the value, energy mastery are welcome. I'll probably make that a little more heaven oriented, but you can see how I put these critical result oriented things in what we do. And then it's good to have rules. The group has just 2 rules. I suggest copying this and somehow. No promotional posting whatsoever. You get to, but not them. And I get this, man. People come in doing their little Reiki workshops and stuff, and I have to say no. And if they do it twice, they're kicked off. No bashing. Please be cool and keep discussions positive. I do let a little controversy roll, though, if I think it's going to create a good dialogue and get people excited. In fact, I'll sometimes say, hey, people are saying this, and go deeper and get more discussion. One more thing. It takes courage and commitment to go on the healing journey, especially if one desires. This is a space specifically to ask your most burning, exciting, or perplexing questions about the subject. So don't be shy to post questions, ideas, or experiences around your healing and professional development. Every once in a while, we'll be sharing info about our yang medicine and biogenetics certification programs and mastery trainings. If this turns you off, you're definitely in the wrong place. You need something like that saying, we are going to, like I wanted to put this thing about, hey, we do this and we're about this and it's cool in community and we're going to show you stuff. If this turns you off, you're in the wrong, so that, hey, if you're going to get grumpy that I'm posting about my awesome course, you're probably going to be lifted or removed. Welcome to the group and enjoy the victory journey to mastery. Not bad. So you can kind of copy some, like you create your own formula. Don't follow it, but you can follow. This group has 2 rules and what your rules are, inviting people in a unique way, and then also saying that you're going to be sharing your stuff here. And if that turns you off, not the right place. So some version of that. Let's go to members now. So that's the about. Now I also did tricked in just temporarily. Oh no, we'll go to members now. First of all, how to get members. First of all, invite your friends. Invite your friends, invite your friends, invite your friends. I'm going to invite more friends too. I personally love going on meetup.com, letting Meetup gather people in certain areas. I post up an event of a Facebook Live I'm doing. I put it here, and then people ask to join. I like emailing my lists about this Facebook Live's coming here on this group. Come here. My personal page. I really like the Facebook Lives to get people, but you can invite people individually. Don't add them though. You have to send them a note, a message inviting them. If you just add people, they can kind of get pissed about that. So I just say, go up and send an invite with the links when you're doing that. And then also do events that excite people and relate it back to your list, to your personal pages. Tell your friends. You can get your Twitter pages to come back. Get it all back to the Facebook group. Because Facebook group and email lists are where we can do most of our problem agitate solves and get people on calls, which is the ultimate purpose of this, is to get someone excited, schedule a time, have them fill out the form and do a call so they can change their life. Now, some members, like every time you get a new member, it'll say approve new member. I go up into the members page and click, and then you can decide accept or not accept. And usually if it's not spam, I just accept, but you can check it out. Like if it's a group for all women and it's a dude, don't let them in. If it's that weird spammy thing that's not even in English, don't do it. And you're welcome to like kick people out whenever you need to. Whenever you need to. If they're being just rambunctious, this is your space. It's protected. You're the authority. You're the laser surgeon. You do not have time for tomfoolery on this thing. Now, if it's something that's provocative, oh, see, 2 people want to join this group. And then you go over here, and like this one, Sandy, I probably is real deal. I would go in and look a little more, but I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to approve even. This one, I've already checked this to do it out. It looks like spam core. So I'm just going to decline that. Usually it's that obvious. Now, how do we use this Facebook page to actually get clients? Isn't that the question of the day? And the way is any way you can using that communication strategies we talked about. Don't give band-aids. Make it about major results. Show the cost, both positive and negative. Give the results and invite them to participate deeper. So here was a popular one, why therapy won't heal your PTSD. Interview with British Captain James Clark. I actually want to talk to Paula after this about doing one with her and what she wants to highlight. But in the comments section itself, and you'll learn this, let me see, how do I get these comments up? Well, in the comments itself, I have a link to breakthrough calls with me. If you're interested in this, and it's got a calendar link, okay? A lot of these I do this, or I say PM me. Now look and see if this looks familiar. Here's a problem agitate solve post. Are you living a perpetual state of crisis? So this is kind of those hell ones. I'm not talking about your Saturn return. I'm talking about that one time you got sick, or that one time, not that. I'm not even talking about spiritual. I'm talking about walking around this earth in a perpetual state of crisis. I have a lot of clients going with this, going off the deep end and never coming back. Moving like, it's just like they're like that. Now, I wouldn't do too many of these posts, but they definitely work. I find there are 2 main reasons why people stay locked in this kind of crisis. So this is the solution, but notice I'm not going to answer the problem with a Band-Aid or a technique or schematic 5. They need to go through the process. Why people stayed locked in this crisis for patterns for years, if not decades, sometimes their entire lives. This is the agitate. This is the cost. So when they get on a breakthrough call, they know the cost. They've already seen you as authority in what you're saying and what everyone else is doing and why yours is working. So they go through some kind of traumatic event that knocks them dead. They start to feel tremendously victimized. So that's one reason. The second reason is, it goes through this, but don't give answers. I don't want to go through the whole thing right now. If you're ready to say, fuck this shit, I know Claudia helped me write this because she's a little more aggressive. Johnny, change this and get out of perpetual crisis. Let's talk. I've set aside some time in my calendar of the next few days. Does this sound familiar? To talk to a few ultra committed individuals, or ultra Jedis. They're super resourceful people who are ready for their next level accountability, that kind of thing, who are done living this way and step into an entirely new reality of awesome. Apply here, and there's that link. And that it got a breakthrough call. So let me show you. We said we could do polls, Facebook Lives. This is a great little one called, I think it's called Be Live, where you can do split interviews once you start having clients. It's like, I think it's like 10, 15 bucks a month. So if you want to do split interviews with clients, you can do that. Be Live. Just do Facebook Lives. I do tons of those. I'm going to do one this week called Has Your Seasonal Depression Turned into a Game of Thrones Winter? I like comedy a little bit, make them fun. Welcome new members, super important. Every time you'll have, hey, we got these new members each week. Make sure to welcome your new members. Please introduce yourself. And I always say, share a question. What are your three biggest healing desires this springtime? If you could have 2 miracles in the next 90 days, what would they be? And then you answer these. Like Delon wrote here, and I probably got busy because she is someone I should have got back with. All these people you got to respond to. In fact, let's give her a nice thumb right now. But more than that, like take time, think about it and ask questions. Don't answer it. Don't solve it. Ask for a deeper question. Ask her my biggest healing desires of having moderation. What are you, my biggest, having moderation in my eating and drinking and smoking and doing drugs. Teach to let go of bad energy. I still have, even writing these helps. Thanks. Wow. What's, wow. What is the biggest block you are currently experiencing around moderation? So I'm literally just going to ask that, and I would usually kind of probably, it's a little late, but she seems pretty cool actually. And I hit him up, and then eventually you can ask them to PM you, and then they get the miracle they're looking for. That's all you do. But it's really good to be responsive. Answer these. Here's another one, a problem, agitate, solve. People are there. I am responding there. I need welcome new members again. So please share, what are you looking to get out of this group and what would feel like a total miracle? Yeah, and see image. And here it goes a little deeper, and I'm replying to these guys. Here's a controversial one, but this is a parasitic thing that people are talking about. Controversial. Facebook Live you can do. I suggest 2 Facebook Lives a week probably. If you did like 2 to 3 surveys, a couple problem agitate solves, and a couple Facebook Live events, you'd probably be pretty good. 2. Problem agitate solve, Facebook Live, maybe 3 problem agitate solves. They can be smaller though, like little paragraphs, and polls and things, and then people get excited. Here's just like, welcome to our new members. What dreams or demonios are you feeding today? Stuff like that. Okay, so that's the Facebook group. And the whole idea, find a cool name, get a cool picture, get your about, start inviting members, start doing cool Facebook Lives and events, get people on there. Eventually we'll do a Facebook ad, and then we will add more members and get more people to sign up. In your first sale, you can use the first sale to pay for Facebook ads. Now, Paula, do you have any questions before I move on about Facebook?
No.
No. Okay. Was it pretty self-explanatory on how to work that?
Yeah, it was good information.
Okay. So we're pretty much closing up. We went through a lot today, guys. That was how to create your Facebook group and create cold network connections. You don't need a website. It's crazy. I know people doing a website for a website. It takes them 6 months and then it goes nowhere. You don't need a website. You don't even necessarily need a lead page. All you need is a Facebook group and a warm network, and you can start. And all you do is build a Facebook group. You can have a whole career, thriving career. Tons of people have done it. A lot of entrepreneurs using this process have, $250,000 years, even like multi-millionaires. Different life coaches, professional coaches, they just use this process of Facebook groups and high-ticket courses and warm networks. Problem, agitate, solve. Not all that extra stuff. There's not all these supplemental things and little fix-its. It's problem, agitate, solve in your warm and cold network. Get them on a call and get them in the program and enlist. That's the simple strategy we have. And we'll get into how to do a breakthrough call, like in a way that really works. And very few people know how to do this. So if you know how to do this, you're going to have a real leading edge in your career in getting people, being of service for the people that are ready. Our mission today, we did the 2 R's of service: resourcefulness and resilience. We did a warm and cold network strategy, which is basically get your warm network, here's your email, send it out. We learned how to communicate that way, and get your Facebook up and do the problem agitate solves and the various things with that. I really do invite you to, when you get your Facebook started, to review that section, to come up with your own ideas, write your own polls, pause, take the time with that. And then we learned how to do the agitate email when you're ready. Maybe after you learn the breakthrough calls and you're ready to start putting together your 10-week course, send that out. Just get started. Say you're going to start in 3 weeks, your program, or a month. You can do that. So that's it. The 2 hours of service, warm and cold strategy, how to communicate with your warm network, extreme results over process and Band-Aids, and how to create your Facebook group, to be the authority, to be the spokesperson. And also it's a great practice of you being a real professional with certainty in leading that study in your unique breakthrough niche and breakneck niche. So that was the mission. Let me see, is the upcoming in here? I think that one. Upcoming, we're going to do Facebook ads. And we are also going to do how to do scheduling forms and Wufoo forms, like how to get a schedule and have that connect to an application form. It's actually kind of fun, you know, and it's a very practical, important thing so that you can do your career for those that want to do courses. And then in Yang Medicine coming up, week 11, I'm really excited. We are going to be doing the secret of energy mastery. That's the whole theme of the next schematic, the next kind of line that we're doing. So once again, we have completed our missions. I want you to really like give yourself a huge energy hug. Go back and look at this, Light Warriors. You want your mission, start creating the resilience and resourcefulness now. I pat you on the back for doing this work. Get those Facebook groups running. Ask me about them on the Q&A calls on Mount Mastery. We'll get it just absolutely perfect so people sign up. And you can get started right away. That's a mastery course. We get you in the nest. We hit you up with Embody Enlightenment, show you how to do this. And then we send you out and let you fly so you can help others do the same. So once again, I just want to thank everyone for joining Mission Mastery here. And I will see you on the mountain.